Okay, Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Dear students, this is our second video on the applet. Um, Here in the init method, this is the init method. What I do is I say color, I create a color object C, and I say new color, and then I give some color 20, 22, 78, something like that. Or you could insert color dot something, color dot red, color dot white, as you like. And right now I'm saying this stuff, which is the RGB values, and then I say set background. What are the background of the applet viewer will be? That will be whatever the C is, and foreground is white. That means if you want to write something on it, that is gonna be in a white. So that I do in the init method, so that it will be done, because init method will be called only one time. It will not be called all the time, so it will be fixed for whatever it's called. And then in the paint method, I'm saying same from drawstring that we did previously, that string and then x value and y value. And now you can change the color here also. You say 0 set color, color dot red. Okay, and then I'm creating a font object f equals new font. Okay, and this is how we create a font, and where I will say the name of the font, what is the name of font I'm going to keep, and what is there, say bold, italic, or you can put up here a plus also. You can do the plus or it's same stuff. And then you're gonna see the size of the font, and this will be keep to the Gene's tag, and that's gonna be with the F. And I'm saying that zero set font is F, and then I say it is zero drawstring is wa alaikum assalam. Okay, and this will take the colors from the initial colors, that is this one. That's gonna be the background this and foreground this. Now here I am saying that G dot set color, I'm putting the red color now. Okay, and I'm changing the font also, and I'm putting that font to the set font of G. And then I say drawstring again. I say walaikum salam. Now this walaikum salam will take up these stuff. Okay, and then I say where I want to put that. This one I will block it right now. Okay, just give it a go. So it's running the applet viewer. As you can see, applet viewer is here. So it has taken up that color. Background color is whatever we had, and then we have the Assalamu alaikum. The foreground color is white, and the font is default and all that. But now when I say walaikum salam, I change the font to this guy, font at bold, font italic, and plus 20 size. You can increase the size here. That will increase here. And also the color to the red. So zero set color, you are saying basically the fore color. Okay, so you have changed the foreground. It's a background color, so you have to explicitly say background color here. So it's taking up. If you change here the font to the say 26 and you give it a go, and you will see it will be a little bigger. It's a little bigger, right? It's bigger. Is it? Okay. Or you could say here or also. If you say here or, it's the same thing. Maybe I will change this to the 30 now, a little more bigger I want, and you get it here, and you see it's coming up a little bit bigger more, and it's working. Font, the or sign is also working. Okay, now let me block it out. I'd say Control Shift and / block comments, and I will remove this comment. Now I can draw a rectangle, okay, which says where do you want to put that, x-axis, y-axis, and then breadth and the height. Okay, if I give it a go, it will draw the rectangle. It is drawing the rectangle, as you can see here. It is drawing a rectangle at the 10x and 10y. That is 10x and 10y, and then 40, 30. So if I increase this to the 80, you could see, is it width or height? You can just see it. So it's definitely been a bit width. So as you can see, width has increased and height remains 30. Okay, and this is 1010 at 1010 location. Now if I change the color, g.set color to the color dot red, now I'm converting this to the red color, and then if I block it out, for example, I block Control Shift and forward arrow, and I put this guy out, up arrow before this guy, and I give it a go, and now you see the rectangles come up as a red rectangle. And now if I say g dot fill rectangle, if I want to fill the rectangle, this will create my own rectangle basically. It's at 2020. Okay, or if I say at a 1010, the same location and with same breadth and width, so it will fill the rectangle with whatever the color this you have specified. But if you do it with 2020, that means at 20x20y, and with these widths and lengths, and maybe it's an area again, okay, and width and height, it will do different stuff. Right now, I will comment it out and just see. Now it's making the rectangle, okay, or you could have uh, made it there. You made a rectangle, then you fill it and all that things, like this thing. We say if I make it like this, Control Alt down arrow, and I say it's not a I will say draw. I will say fill rectangle. Close it out. Now it will do the same rectangle and fill up. Okay. What else if I do like this? If I say g.set color red after this. Okay. Now what will happen is the border is white and inside is filled up with the color red. Okay. Okay. You get a lot of things here. If you study on these, there's a lot of things you can do. Okay. Now this is done. Now you can have an oval. Draw oval. Okay. Draw oval at 60, 40 is the dimensions, and then 40, 30 is the width and height, and so on. And you can have a fill oval also. You have draw oval, you have fill oval. As you can see, this is the oval drawn, this is the fill oval drawn. So you can have thousands of things here which you will study of your own now and try to work it. Okay, now we can draw a line. For example, this is gonna be the x and y position of the starting point. It's gonna be x and y position of the end point. And here I kept the y-axis same, and I'm increasing the x-axis. That means it's gonna from 220 to say it's too much. It's 100. Okay, in x-axis, I'm moving it in x-axis. This gut, right? It's coming up. Now here, as you can see, it's from, it was starting point was the x-axis was 20 and y-axis was 30, and now I kept the y-axis constant to 30, but x-axis I increased to the 200, so it makes a line. Or alternately, if I have put up the x-axis same, let me put it at the 40 so that it will complete between, and I get 40 x-axis constant and y-axis is from 30 to say, for example, 150. Now you could see it has I'm increasing the y-axis now. I should have increased the y-axis, yeah. Now I'm increasing the y-axis. You could see I kept the x-axis 40 common, but it starts from 40 30 to the 40 150. Simple as it is. Okay, now if you want to make an arc, okay, it got a lot of parameters. One is the x, then is the y. And basically, when we talk about an arc, it's actually a rectangle. It specifies a rectangle in which the arc is made, and this x and y is gonna be the top left corner, where we want to make the. Say for example, we want to make a rectangle. We start from the top. Say this is a rectangle like this. If I do it here, so this highlighted stuff is a rectangle. Okay. If I wanna start making this rectangle, I would say, what is this top left corner? What is the x-axis? This is gonna be the x-axis, and this is gonna be the y-axis of this rectangle. Okay, and what's gonna be the breadth of this rectangle? What's gonna be the height of this rectangle? So that's the width and height. These four. So these four specify this rectangle. So in which we're gonna make some arc or a circle, and then we say start of the angle. Start of the angle is 3 o'clock. If it's 0 means 3 o'clock, and if it's a positive, this angle, the last one, is the stop angle. How much arc you want to make? Okay, in degrees. So this is gonna be, if it's positive, it will move anti-clockwise. That means if I want to make a circle, say this is 3 o'clock, I want to go this way. Okay, if it is positive, and if I start from this, and if I want to make it negative, so it will go this way. You understand? Clockwise. So So you can read a bit on this. Okay. The center of the arc is the center of the rectangle whose origin is xy and whose size is specified by the width and the height argument. And one more thing is the resulting arc covers an area whatever the width is plus 1 pixel wide by the height plus 1 pixel tall. Okay. The angle is specified relative to the non-square extent of the bounding rectangle. It says 45 degree always falls on the line from the center of the ellipse, okay, to the upper right corner of the bounding rectangle. It's 45 degrees. So that means if the rectangle is longer, your arc, if you want to make an arc, because it has to go here, okay, it will be skewed. It will be skewed, right? And the parameters we have here is x and y coordinates. That's the upper left corner of the okay, of actually the rectangle, and width and height is of that rectangle also. The start angle and the stop angle is what you're going to do. So if we talk about this thing I'm saying here, for example, g dot draw arc, okay, I was talking about the draw arc. This is the draw arc, right? Okay, and this is going to be the x-axis, it's going to be the y-axis. So this is 3090, and for these things, first see these two guys. This is where we start. Say it is let me make it 4040. Okay, so it's circular. Okay, be perfect circular because high, whatever high, that's where, and it's 30, and this is 90 x-axis. So now I increase, this is the 30 and this is 90. Okay, now let me increase this 3090 to say 90 30. So the x-axis I'm gonna putting it on the 90 side, and y-axis I'm gonna put it 30. So this is I'm talking about the rectangle which specific rectangle which is its left corner will be here. So I'm talking about this point, okay, which is here. So it is 30 and it is 90 like this, and it's 30 like in a y-axis. Now this is gonna be the width. If I increase the width, say I'm gonna make it 90, so I'm gonna making longer than this guy. So now it's getting longer, right? And if you want to make it a height increase, I don't want to make this increase, say 30 only, and I want to make a height increase, say for example 90. Okay, so now it's 30, and that 90 and 30 means the x-axis is this and y-axis is this, and now I'm making the height of 90 and width of 30, right? And this is the start angle, which starts from the 3 o'clock. If you see this guy, it starts from the 3 o'clock here, and because it's 270 is positive, it goes on making 270 like this. So if I do it like, hey, I want a 45 degrees only, you go on here and it goes here, right? Okay, so if I say here, hey, I want to be 90, now it starts from 0, that's 3 o'clock of the clock, or let's say 3 o'clock of the clock, and goes to the 90. If you want to make it 180, for example, 180, and give it a go. Now here, if you see, it starts from 3 o'clock, goes this way and makes 180. And if I make 270, right, and I give it a go, it starts from 3 o'clock and starts building this way. If I say here negative 270, now it's gonna do it otherwise. Starts from 3 o'clock, but it goes clockwise this time to the 370, right? Okay, that's nice. So we talked about everything about the draw arc. Now this is about the draw arc. We said all about those things. Now if I Control Alt down, similarly if I say here, for example, I say here filler, right? Oh, what is this? And I put up the same parameter which is here, and I give it a go. So it will start filling up these things, right? Because I fill up the same dimensions. If I do different dimensions, say for example I will make it a 10 of the x-axis, so it's to be differently on the other side. It's here. Okay, it's on this side. It's a pillars. Similarly, we have many more. Okay, now we wanna load an image in our applet. So how we're gonna do that? Firstly is I would like to put the applet in the same folder where my, let's say for a couple of pictures in box, and this is the GIF image and this one is the JPEG. Now it's exactly what my project my applet is in the workspace. We know where the workspace is, and there is my applet, and in the bin folder, um, in my applet folder there is a bin folder, and I put up there. Okay. Now I'm creating an image type my image, my GIF, or whatever you like to call it. It could be anything. This guy you keep it at my applet on the top, because it will be for all init method and paint method, whatever you would say. And then there is a URL. This will give the URL is the path actually where you want to get that picture from. It could be the local machine in a folder, or application path you could say, or it could be some website where from you want to get that picture basically. So that's a URL. Okay, whatever the path is, that go to the URL, and this is which image is that's called go to the my GIF. Okay, what are the my pick in a general, right? In fact, I should do like this. Control-C. I should say right click, refactor and rename to pick PIC. I should put up everywhere the my pick. Okay. Now and I got a one thing called a media tracker also here, MT. What the media tracker does is it can load up the images for it's an array of images it would have. It basically tracks the media. Okay, and why we do this I will tell you in a minute. Before doing that, I go to the init method. Init method is here, and in the init method I'm gonna say firstly what is this empty having equals to new media tracker, and I put the current class to it. So current object, so that's gonna be the current applet. Okay, the class to it, to the media tracker. Then I will say one thing. I will say base is equal to get document base. So what the get document base does is it will give you the application path where this application is stored. Okay, that's exactly the path I've shown in where I put up the pictures. So the base will be like here, my application stored here. Now base will be C users Juni workspace. It will be C users Juni workspace my applet bin. This will be the base or the path of my picture. Then I need to say 1.jpg or box.gif after this path, and this thing stores in the base. Okay, here, which is of type URL. Okay, get document base will give you the path of the where this application is stored. Okay, you need to keep the try catch block also. Now what I do is into the pick I will say pick my pick, which is of type you see here image. It's of type image, so it can load the pictures. Now you say pick my pick equals to get image, and I need to say first the path, what is the path to that folder, and then I have to say which file, which GIF file, or which whatever picture you want to load. Now my pick is having those things. Now I also add this my pick, whatever the picture is now, but my pick is holding exactly the picture path and which picture it needs to be loaded into my pick. But my pick I'm putting up to the mt.add image. I'm adding this image to the mt. Okay, if you see here, I will say here mt dot. Okay, now if you see there's an add image. Okay, and there may be control space, and there are many more methods here, right? Okay, for this, especially for the images, this guy is, and I'm loading this picture to the image. Even though you don't need a media tracker at all to to show up the messages. But why I do media tracker is because of this thing, because I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say empty to wait for all. Say for example you got 100 images in your applet to show, and what will happen is your applet will come up, but the images will be loading because they are huge. But what we say is in empty we add up my pick and give it a ID of 1. Then maybe I will add up empty.add image, maybe another picture, ID of 2, and so on, be 100 images. And here I'm saying empty.wait for all. What it does is it waits for all images to load. Unless they're not loaded, it will not allow your applet to go from here, because at this moment, if it is past this guy, and if we know this is the init method, we are doing this in an init method. This is the first time when the applet comes up. It's not yet shown. Init method initializes the applet, and in this init method, when it's done, even our applet is not painted. Okay, our all images are ready for showing up. So when you go and after that call the paint method, this I'm here paint method, your all images are ready. That's why you got the media tracker. Okay, and here I'm nothing. You say G, the graphics object, G.draw image, and which image, and my pick, and at which location, and which size. Here, if you say only the X position, Y position is at which location you wanna draw that. If you do only this thing like here we did, and that moment, then it will be the full size. Whatever the full size of your GIF is. If I do this and don't do this, for example, and I give it a go, and there's some problem. Let's see. First save it. There's some problem. Oh, there's no my GIF. It's my PIC. Okay, didn't change it here because it was commented out in a moment. Otherwise refactor I would have done it. Okay, now save it and load it. Now this one is a huge GIF, not filling up because it's the original size of the GIF which is coming up. But if I don't do this, rather I do this one, and here I specify the size, which size I want. Say I want, say for example 50, 60, and now whatever the size you specified, that's coming up here, right? Now what else if I want to add more images? What I will do is I got to create an array of the images. Image my pick. Now this is gonna be the array equals to new image of say size 2, for example. Now here when I add up, let's say for example here, and I have the images. Now I got my pick of 0. Okay, and Control Alt down arrow. Now I say my pick of 1. Maybe I got here another picture, which is the 1.jpg. Okay, I'm gonna show all these things. Now maybe I will add up here also this page. Control Alt down arrow. Now this guy is my pick of 0, which I have put up, and my pick of 1. Now maybe I will give the ID of 2, the second picture, right? So a couple of pictures now, pick of 0 and pick of 1, and I added up to the empty. You can add up anything we like, and which I'm liking. I'm going to pick of 0 added, pick of 1 I added, and if you could see, I have empty. I have created it here, new media tracker, and put passing the current object. Okay. Now that's why it makes sense here. Wait for all. Now it has got a couple of pictures. It will wait for both of these pictures. So imagine it's 100 pictures. So Init will not finish unless the all pictures are not basically loaded. So it will wait for them. Then when you go to the paint, they're already loaded. So you say G.raw image, my peak of say for example 0. At location 2020, and I will say Control Alt down arrow, my peak of 1. Also draw that my peak of 1 at say because the 60 is the maximum. Why it will go down? So I will start from the 70. and maybe the I'll start from no, x-axis maybe 20 only, and this is the 70. Why 70? And then maybe I'll make it a 50-50 of the thick. Here we go. It's here. It's coming up here, right? Maybe I will make it a little down. 40 and 80, 90 maybe. Give it a go. Now it's here. Okay. So we got a couple of pictures. Maybe I will put up alt up for this one. This is creating problem. This 01 is the okay, save it. But the thing is that I will make it these dimensions to this guy and these dimensions to this guy. Okay, now comma should be here. Now let us see what will happen to this. Okay, now it's coming up here like this, as you like. You can do anything as you wish. Okay, so this is how we actually load the images.